Bonjour et bienvenue sur ma chaîne. Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Cindy. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to say sorry or how to apologize in French, whether it be in informal or formal settings. As you've probably gathered by now, there are different ways of saying sorry in French depending on whether you are in a formal or informal setting. So let's have a look at how you can apologize in an informal setting first. It's very likely that you're already familiar with pardon. Pardon. Pardon is usually used for two reasons. If you want someone to move out of the way, for example on public transport, in a shop, or even at the dining table if you need someone to move their chair so that you can get past, that kind of thing. And pardon is also used if you bump into someone. So say you're in a crowd and you bump into someone, oh pardon. But pardon is actually not enough because it doesn't really allow you to explain what you're apologizing about, and very often you need to do that, and you also need to give reasons for what happened. For example, if you're late, if you just say pardon but don't say why you're apologizing or even what happened, then it's just not appropriate. So pardon means sorry. Another way of apologizing is to say je suis désolé. Je suis désolé. And if you're a lady, you need to add an E at the end of désolé. Je suis désolé means I'm sorry, and is used for minor offenses. But very often in spoken language, you'll find that people drop the je suis and simply say désolé, sorry. If the offense is a bit more serious, you might want to say je suis vraiment désolé instead. I'm really sorry. I'm truly sorry. Je suis vraiment désolé. To say excuse me, say excusez-moi or excuse-moi if you're just talking to a friend or a family member. Excusez-moi, excuse-moi. Just like in English, excusez-moi is used to apologize, but it's also used to get someone's attention. For example, you might say, excuse me, do you have the time please? Excusez-moi, avez-vous l'heure s'il vous plaît? So excusez-moi can be used to get someone's attention, but it can also be used to apologize. And it's slightly more polite than just pardon. Of course, if you need to apologize, you could also say toutes mes excuses, my apologies. So for example, imagine one of your friends is offended because they saw you in the street, waved at you, and you didn't respond. When they tell you about it, you might want to say je suis désolé pour tout à l'heure. I'm sorry for earlier. Je ne t'avais pas vu. I hadn't seen you. On the other hand, say you're meant to be meeting friends to have a coffee somewhere you've never been to before and you get lost. When you arrive, you might say something like excusez-moi pour mon retard. Excuse me for being late. Je me suis perdu. I got lost. So now let's have a look at how to say sorry in formal settings. If you want to say please excuse me in a formal setting, so for example at a business meeting, you can say je vous prie de m'excuser. Je vous prie de m'excuser. Please excuse me. If you want to be even more polite, you can say je vous prie de bien vouloir m'excuser. Je vous prie de bien vouloir m'excuser. I beg you to excuse me. In formal situations, you can also say je vous prie d'accepter mes excuses. Je vous prie d'accepter mes excuses. Please accept my apologies. And finally, you can also say veuillez m'excuser, which just like je vous prie de m'excuser means please excuse me. So, for example, imagine you answer very informally to someone who you should have shown a lot of respect to, but you just didn't remember who they were. For example, the boss of the company you work for that you mistook for a colleague. You could say something like je vous prie de m'excuser, please excuse me. Je ne savais pas qui vous étiez, I didn't know who you were. And if you did something that inconvenienced someone else, you might say something like veuillez m'excuser, please excuse me, pour ce désagrément, for this inconvenience. I hope you found this lesson useful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and share it. And if you still have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask in the comments. That's what the comments are for. If you're new to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. I upload new videos regularly. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, all the links are in the description. Thanks for watching. Bye!